Hello everyone, I'm Amit Singh and I welcome you at the amazing platform of Arise a Talent. Today we'll discuss the very important part of this rotational motion, and that article of this rotational motion is torque. Okay, torque. It's a awesome thing. This torque. It is very similar to force. What force in linear motion? That is the torque in the rotational motion. Okay, what force is? It's a push or a pull which can change the state of motion of a body. Similarly, torque is something which can change the rotational state of a body. That is, if a body is at rest, apply torque, then it will start performing rotational motion. If the body is already performing rotational motion, apply torque, then it can come to rest. And if a body is rotating and you apply a torque, then it can change the direction also. So, torque is something which can change the rotational state of a body. Clear what torque is? But for a very bookish definition is the moment of force is torque. The moment of force is torque. So, I am writing this, not this definition, this expression, what is meant by this, the moment of force is torque. So, the heading is torque. Now, this torque is moment of force is torque, that is R cross F. Okay, this R cross F is indicating moment of force. Fine. Now, what this R is? This R is the arm of force. The arm of force. It is known as arm of force. Okay, I know that this expression will not going to help in solving the numericals. Yeah, you heard me correct at the very first time, that this expression of torque will not going to help you in solving the numericals. This expression will help you in finding the direction of the torque. Now, as you know that the cross product is involved, so how to find the direction of torque? By using right hand thumb rule. Right hand thumb rule to calculate the direction of this torque. Right hand thumb rule. Okay. Now it is axial vector. That is, direction is along the axis of rotation, and that direction can be found out by using this right hand thumb rule. What right hand thumb rule is? Place the fingers of the right hand. Place the fingers of the right hand in the direction of first vector, and curl it towards second, and curl it towards second. That is, curl toward F. In doing so, the thumb of the right hand will indicate the direction of the resultant. Now, as I said, that this expression will not going to help you in solving the numericals. Then which expression will actually help you in solving the numericals? I am writing that expression. It's very important. That is, the magnitude of the torque is force into perpendicular distance of line of action from axis of rotation. Okay, I am repeating. The magnitude of the torque, direction we will find out by using right hand thumb rule. So, the magnitude of the torque is force multiplied by the perpendicular distance of line of action from axis of rotation. Now, line of action of force from axis of rotation. Now, you know what line of action is? Just extend the line along which you are applying the force. Just extend the line along which you are applying the force. Getting it? Okay. So, this is the magnitude of the torque. From childhood, you are applying torque on so many bodies, like you are opening the door. If you are opening the door, then you are applying torque. Like this is the door, and it is hinged from this. Door is hinged, and this is the handle. So, you apply the force here. You know, if you are applying the force here, why this handle is not placed here? That is very close to the principal axis or axis of rotation. Because this, if you will place the handle here, then we have to apply a great force, because here the perpendicular distance of this line of action is at a smaller distance. So, it will not provide a large torque. You apply torque on the wrench. Wrench is just to open any nut. Okay, that is wrench. So it is having handle, a long handle, so that this distance, the perpendicular distance of line of action of force from axial rotation will be increased. Greater will be this distance, you require less force to provide a good amount of torque. Okay, I am explaining this. What is this line of action? By drawing some diagrams. Now, in this case, we are finding the torque about this origin. This is a point where you are applying a force like this, F. Okay, this is the position vector R. Fine. Now, this is R vector, this is F vector. If two vectors are given, then how to write the angle between them? We can write the angle between two vectors when either their tail coincides or their head coincides. So just extend this R. This is representing the angle between them, R and F. Okay. Now this is F. What is line of action? Just extend the line along which you are applying the force. Just extend the line along which you are applying force. Extend this line. Now this is line of action, Okay. Now what is the perpendicular distance of line of action from axial rotation? We have to calculate the torque about O. Okay. So this is the perpendicular distance. It is clear. This is the perpendicular distance of this line of action from O. Okay. So the torque about O is F. Multiply by this distance. Now this is theta, this will also be theta. Now this is R, this is R. And this angle is theta. So this will be R sin theta. R sin theta. Now comes the direction. This is the magnitude of the torque. Okay. And the direction is by using right hand thumb rule. So place the fingers of the right hand along the first vector, that is along R, like this. And curl it towards F. Now don't do this. That is injurious to the health. So place the fingers of the right hand like this, and curl it towards F like this, Don't do these type of actions outside. Okay. It too can be injurious. Okay. So place the fingers of the right hand towards R and curl it towards F. In doing so, the thumb is going inside. So the torque is inward. Getting it? One more example. Again, we have to write the torque about O, that is about origin. And you apply the force like this. Okay. Now this is R. This is R. R vector. Just extend this F, this R, so that we can write the angle between R vector and F vector. So this is R. So now tail coincides with tail. So this is the angle between them. It is theta. Now, bacho, this is the line of action. There is a line of action of force. Now, what is the perpendicular distance of this line of action of force from this origin? Is this. Now, this is theta, this is theta. This is right angle triangle. This is R, this is theta. So, this will be R sin theta. So, the torque about O is F. Okay? F. And the perpendicular distance of this F, line of action from axial rotation, is R sin theta. And the direction is R cross F. It is coming outside. So outside we represent by dot. Okay, and inward we represent by cross. Fine. Now one more. We applied a force like this. Okay. Now this is R. Angle between them is 0. Now, but this is the line of action. This is a line of action. And we have to write the torque about origin. Now, line of action of force is passing from the axis of rotation itself. And if the line of action is passing from the origin itself, then the torque will be what? 0. So torque about O is F into 0. Got it? Okay. Now this part is clear that if the line of action is passing from the axis of rotation itself, then there will be no torque. Fine. For example, this is the door, okay, and this is the axis of rotation. This is the axis of rotation. Now we usually apply force like this, so it performs rotational motion. Now what will happen if we will apply the force like this? You are getting it? If we are applying the force like this, then we are pressing. So this is the line of action, and the line of action is passing from the axis of rotation itself. So then the door will not open. That is, the door will not turn. Getting it? That what is line of action? Just extend the line on which you are applying the force. Okay. For example, if I'm applying a force like this. So this is my line of action. So just extend this line of action and calculate the perpendicular distance of line of action from the axis of rotation. Got it? Okay. One more is this any orbit body. There's a center of mass, and if you apply force about this center of mass, then also there will be no torque. Torque will be 0. So as here torque is 0, here also torque will be 0, because actually the body is having a natural tendency to rotate about its center of mass. I said natural tendency. Now it is not always required to rotate about center of mass only. Now the body can rotate about any other axis also, but if you apply the force, about the center of mass, then it will not rotate. So the torque will be 0. In this case, this body will perform pure translational motion, but no rotational motion, because the torque provided by this force will be 0. Got it? So it is clear what torque is, what expression I have written, that force multiplied by the perpendicular distance of line of action of force from axis of rotation is very, very important. You can solve any numerical based on this torque by this expression. Okay. I am again writing torque as R cross F. What's the value of A cross B? A cross B is AB sin theta. So torque is R F sin theta into n cap. Now theta is angle between R and F. Although we already did that. Okay, that theta is angle between R and F. Fine. Now we'll discuss it further. Now if theta is 90 degree, that is R and F are perpendicular. If R and F are perpendicular and sin 90 is 1, so the torque will be RF. We are only talking about the magnitude. So it will be RF. Okay, because sin 90 is 1. Now, we are talking about the rotation. And if we are applying a force which is providing the torque, and force is equal to ma, F is equal to ma. Now, what type of A? A is tangential acceleration. For example, if I take this bottle, and I am applying a force, this is the axis of rotation. Fine, this is the axis of rotation. So if we'll apply a force like this, now you have to feel it that this force is creating what? It is providing tangential acceleration or centripetal acceleration. Obviously, this is tangential force, because this tangential force is only force which is responsible for its rotation. Now, if you will apply a force like this. Now, this force, the line of action of this force is passing through the axis of rotation. It will not provide any torque. This force is not responsible for the rotational motion. So, this force is providing the tangential acceleration. So, R, F is ma and ma is at. Got it? You know that we discussed it in circular motion that A is equal to R alpha. What this A is? At. Put this value of at here. So, it is mr, at is R alpha. So, it is mr square into alpha. Now, what is mr square? Mr square is moment of inertia of a particle about axial rotation. Mr square is moment of inertia. So this torque now is I alpha. Fine. This torque is equal to I alpha. It is very similar, like F is equal to ma. Now in rotational motion, this F is replaced by torque, m replaced by I, and a replaced by alpha. So F equal to ma. So tau is equals to I alpha. Now what this I is? I know, you know, I know, you know that it is moment of inertia. No, it is not merely moment of inertia. It is moment of inertia about axis of rotation. It is very, very important. This I is not merely I. It is I about axis of rotation. About axis of rotation. If this thing is clear, the torque is equal to I alpha, where I is not moment of inertia only, it is moment of inertia about axis of rotation, then you will not make any mistake. Fine. So we have discussed a lot about torque. Now it's time to solve the numericals. Okay, so are you ready? Now before starting with the numericals, I want to make certain things clear. Again, what is torque? A torque is something which can change the rotational state of a body. Okay, anything which is having a rotatory effect, any force which can rotate the body can provide the torque. Now it is clear what line of action is. You have to just extend the line. If that line, that extended line, that is known as line of action, that is the line along which you are applying the force. If passes through the axis of rotation, then there will be no torque. And if not passing through the axis of rotation, then calculate the perpendicular distance of that line from the axis of rotation, multiply that distance with force, you will get the torque. As far as direction is concerned, use right hand thumb rule. Okay, use right hand thumb rule, place the fingers of the right hand along first, that is towards R, curl it towards F, the thumb will indicate the direction of the resultant. And equate the torque, just I am telling you the profile of the questions which we are just going to start, that equate the torque with I alpha. Okay, this I alpha, I think it is very easy to remember this torque equal to I alpha, because we know F is equals to ma, so torque is equals to I alpha. Fine. Now the first numerical. Okay, a rod of mass m and length L is hanging vertically and is free to rotate about this axis. Okay, I repeat, a rod of mass m and length L is hinged from one of its end vertically like this. Now a force horizontal force of mg by 2, a force mg by 2 is applied at a distance of L by 4 from the bottom. Now you have to calculate the initial angular acceleration of the rod. Question is clear? Okay, I am again using this bottle, okay, along with a pen, Now bachcho, there is a rod of length L, fine, this is the axial rotation, and I am applying a horizontal force of mg by 2 at a distance of L by 4. This distance is L by 4. Got it? So we have to calculate the initial angular acceleration. Now you are feeling this rotational effect. Okay. So this is line of action. So how much this torque, this force will provide the torque? Force is mg by 2. And the perpendicular distance of this mg by 2, this line of action from axis of rotation, is how much? Is not L by 4. This L by 4 is given so that you can calculate this distance. This is the axis of rotation. This is 3L by 4. Fine. So 3L by 4. This is the torque. I repeat. मेरे बच्चों, this is the horizontal force mg by 2. This is the line of action. Now the perpendicular distance of this line of action about this axis of rotation is 3l by 4. L by 4 is given, so we can calculate 3l by 4. Okay, this is the torque, and that should be equal to I alpha. Now I of a rod is how much? It's a wrong question. I about axis of rotation. Now this is the axis of rotation. Now this is the axis of rotation passing through one of the end and perpendicular to the length. So it is ml square by 3. So m l square by 3 into alpha. Got it? This L will cancel this L. This M will cancel this M. So alpha comes out to be 3 into 3 is 9. 9 G by 8 L. Got it? This is the initial angular acceleration. Getting some feel regarding what the line of action is. Now based on this, we'll do some more numericals. Torque is very practical, very practical. You have applied torque in finite number of times in daily life, Not always opening or closing the door. So many times, at so many places. Like when we were in school, we used to do that a lot. Yeah, I was very notorious. I'm still very naughty. But again, I don't know why I'm using this bottle so many times today. Actually, we were sitting in the class, and anybody who is coming, and we are not having a good relation during that time. So we used to place the foot so that guy topples like this. So what, by just placing my foot, by placing my leg in between. So what I am doing, actually, it was unknowingly, I was providing the torque so that guy toppled. Okay, this toppling is a very good example of torque. No, I am not suggesting you to do that. I am just sharing. No, I stopped that doing, but yeah, I did that. Anyways, another example of torque is a numerical. Now a rod is placed horizontally. The mass is m and the length is L. Okay, and now this rod is released from horizontal position. Then you have to calculate the initial angular acceleration. Okay, now I'm talking about like this. Okay, getting it? As this rod is released from the horizontal position, it is rotating. Now it is rotating. Which of the force is responsible for its rotation? Gravitational force, mg. And for a continuous uniform body, the center of gravity is center of mass. So basically, mg is acting at the center, downward. Fine. Now this is the line of action. Just extend the line along which the force is applying or applied. So this is the line of action. And the perpendicular distance of line of action from axis rotation is this, L by 2. So the torque is mg into L by 2. And this is the torque, and this torque is equal to I alpha. Now I is what? Moment of inertia about axis of rotation. Now moment of inertia about axis of rotation about this axis passing through one of the end is m L square by 3 into alpha. Fine. M cancel, L and L cancel. So alpha comes out to be how much? 3g by 2l. Got it? One more similar type of question. Just extension of this, that you have to calculate the angular acceleration of the rod. When it is making an angle theta with the vertical, like this. at this position. We have to calculate the angular acceleration. Now, मेरे बच्चों, this is mg. Now, one way is you can do the component of mg and solve the question. Okay, if you will go for the component, then you will able to feel it that this component will provide the torque and this component will not provide the torque. Okay. Now, this angle is theta. This will be theta. Now, mg is a force. Force is a vector quantity. Every vector has component. So, this component is mg cos theta and this is mg sin theta. Now, it is clear that this mg cos theta is doing what? It is creating internal tension, but it is not providing any torque. You are getting it? It is just pushing. It is just not pushing. It is pulling the rod. It is just pulling the rod. It is not rotating it. This mg sin theta is rotating the rod. So, the perpendicular distance of this mg sin theta from this is L by 2. No, this is not, line of action is not involved here. I'll solve it by that method also. I'm just telling you the another way so that you'll able to feel it. You are getting it. mg cos theta and mg sin theta. Only this is the force which is responsible for its rotation. So, this force will provide the torque. So, mg sin theta, perpendicular distance is L by 2 and that is equal to I alpha. I is ml square by 3 into alpha. Now, what I was telling you from the beginning is calculate the torque. This is the question. By force multiplied by the line of action of the force from axial rotation. Fine. So, this is the line of action. Now, this is L by 2. Okay. This is just a way to solve the numerical. But this is our standard procedure. Always follow this. Okay. Now, this is the line of action. Now, this rod is rotating about this axis. So, this is the perpendicular distance. This is the perpendicular distance. Or this is the perpendicular distance. Now, this is L by 2. This is theta. This is L by 2. This is theta. So, this distance will be L by 2 sin theta. So, the torque is mg. That is force. And the perpendicular distance of this force, if line of action of this force from axial rotation is this L by 2 sin theta, and that is equal to I alpha, that is ml square by 3 into alpha. Got it? Cancel m cancel. So, what comes out to be the value of alpha is 3g sin theta by 2l. Got it? So, with this, I want to conclude today's lecture. Don't worry. As I told you that torque is very important, so we'll do many problems based on torque in the next class. So, we'll start the class with a numerical based on torque. Just look around you and feel the torque. Like you in fact, you observe this that in this age where you people are, you are very fond. Some of you are very fond of biking or riding. Then the torque is 18 Newton meter. Okay, the 18 Newton meter, that is the torque with the engine is providing to the wheel. Okay, so torque is everywhere. Torque. A very good movie is also in Hollywood based on name Torque. Okay. Anyways, just keep feeling this physics around you. It's a very darling subject. And keep enjoying physics with me also. Bye and take good care of yourself.